Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day po sa inyong lahat, sa lahat ng mga subscriber ko at hindi pa nag-subscribe. Sana mag-subscribe na po kayo at sa mga supporters ko sa ang panigma ng mundo, sa mga nag-shares, likes at loves. Maraming salamat po sa pagtitiwala sa akin at welcome po kayo sa munti kong tahanan. Aspiring mom po. At sana patuloy po kayong manood ng video ko at magsuporta sa akin. Guys, ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay tungkol po sa coronavirus. Ituturo ko po sa inyo paano ang prevention na gagawin natin para tulungan natin ang sarili natin. To confirm sa coronavirus guys o nCOV 2019 infection, and the reported illnesses have ranged from people with little to no symptoms to people being severely ill and dying. The current outbreak novel coronavirus which is known as 2019 nCOV originated in China. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is closely monitoring an outbreak respiratory illness caused by a novel coronavirus first identified in Wuhan, Hubei, a province of China. The Chinese authorities identified the new coronavirus which has resulted in thousands of confirmed cases in China, including cases outside Wuhan city. So additional cases have been identified is a growing number of other international locations including the US. Oh, no. Current outbreak guys of 2019 nCOV or 2019 novel coronavirus now has spread internationally, impacting an increasing number of countries. So hindi lang sa China ngayon ang sakit na ito, na-spread na ang infection. Coronavirus is a large family of viruses that causes illness, ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, that is MERS-CoV, severe acute respiratory syndrome, the SARS-CoV. Novel coronavirus nCOV is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. Coronavirus is a zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted between animals and people. So detailed investigation found that SARS-CoV was transmitted from civet cats to humans and MERS-CoV from dromedary camels to humans. And several known coronavirus are circulating in animals that have not yet infected to humans. Mga standard precautions or recommendation, kahit papano man lang magiging maingat tayo sa sarili natin kung ano ang mga simpleng gagawin para sa sakit na ito. More specifically, a coronavirus identified as the cause of an outbreak of respiratory illness first detected in Wuhan, China. So early on, many of the patients in the outbreak in Wuhan, China reported had some link to a large seafood and animal market. So, however, a growing number of patients reportedly have not yet had exposure to animal markets, indicating persons to person. This time, it's unclear how easily or sustainably this virus is spreading between people. Wala pa talagang clear na paano na spread the coronavirus to human. So, the transmission much is unknown about how 2019 nCOV new coronavirus spreads. So the coronavirus is a large family of viruses that are common in many different species of animals, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. So rarely animal coronaviruses can infect people and then spread between people such as MERS, SARS, and now with 2019 nCOV. So, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung MERS at saka SARS galing sa animal na nag-spread ng humans. Ngayon naman, ang coronavirus, this is for animal, a zoonotic virus o infection na hindi pa napag-aralan kung paano na-transfer sa human. Most often, spread from person to person happens among close contact. About 6 feet Person to person, spread is to occur mainly via respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes, similar to how and other respiratory pathogens spread. Pare-pareho lang yan sila ng symptoms ng mga respiratory illness, yung mag-sneeze ka, mag-cough, at saka difficulty of breathing or shortness of breath. Yun ang makikita mo sa mga symptoms ng coronavirus. Ang mode of transmission is airborne and droplets. So, ibig sabihin yan, mabilis ang paghawa ng person to person, especially kung ang building centralized ang aircon, yun ang nagkukos ng ma-spread sa lahat ng mga tao yung infection na yun dahil sa paghinga natin at saka bunganga natin. So, these droplets can land in the mouths or nose of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Currently, unclear if a person can get 2019 nCOV by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it and then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. Kasi ang infection na ito ay makukuha mo sa mga hinahawakan mo. So, lalo na yung mga elevator or escalator, nahahawak ka talaga doon. So, hindi mo alam na may mga humahawak na doon na mayroong infection na dala-dala ng ganong virus. So, there have been reports of spread from an infected patient with no symptoms to a close contact. So, it's important to note that how easily a virus spreads person to person can vary. So, the sign and symptoms, guys, is the 2019 nCOV infection reported illnesses have ranged from people with little to no symptoms to people being severely ill and dying, like fever, coughs, and shortness of breath. So, lumayo ka ng kunti, 6 feet from the person who is infected. Ang prevention and treatment, guys, is there is currently no vaccine to prevent 2000 nCOV infection. The best way to prevent infection is to avoid being exposed to these viruses. The Centers Disease Control and Prevention always recommends everyday preventive action to help prevent the spread of respiratory viruses include: wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol if soap and water are not available. So, kung wala mang soap and water available, pwede kang gumamit ng sanitizers na 60% alcohol. Covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Thoroughly cooking meat and eggs. So, avoid close corona contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illnesses. So, recently returned travelers from China, if you were in China in the last 14 days and even in mga kalapit na lugar sa China o kahit saang lugar ngayon, kasi lahat na mayroon ng ganitong infection, yung viruses na ito, and you will feel sick with fever, coughs, or difficulty breathing, you should seek medical care immediately, right away, before you go to doctor's office or emergency room. Call ahead and inform about your recent travel and your symptoms. Avoid contact with others para hindi ka na makahawa sa ibang tao na travel while sick. And cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or sleeve, not your hands when coughing or sneezing. So, wash hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds to avoid spreading the viruses to others. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizers that contain 60% if soap and water is not available. Stay home when you are sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touch object and surfaces. So, kailangan mong i-disinfect yung lahat ng mahawakan mo if in case na may mga symptoms kang ganyan. Ang coronavirus na ito, guys, symptoms of 2019 nCOV or coronavirus may appear in as few or 2 days or as long as 14 days after exposure. This is based on what has been seen previously as the incubation period of MERS viruses. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. There is no specific antiviral treatment recommended for 2019 nCOV infection. The people infected with the 2019 nCOV or coronavirus should receive supportive care to help relieve symptoms. So for severe cases, treatment should include care to support vital organ function. People who think they may have been exposed to 2019 nCOV should contact your healthcare provider immediately. So para naman hindi mag-spread ang infection mo, lalo pag nag-travel ka kahit hindi sa China o kahit hindi malapit sa China, seek medical attention immediately. So guys, yun lang ang topic ko ngayon guys. At least ma-alert tayong lahat kung paano natin i-control or i-minimize ang spread of infection. Salamat guys sa panonood at sana po kung bago kayo sa channel ko, huwag niyong kalimutan mag-subscribe, aspiring mom po, at huwag niyong kalimutan na pindutin ang notification bell para updated kayo sa mga bago kong videos. Salamat po, God bless po sa ating lahat.